Welcome. Recently, USCIRF they recommended American government to ban RSS in USA, in America. So we know that that became a big issue, right? There was a dialogues and discussions between Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. So they were expressing their opinions. Even Congress people also they tagged America and asked the America to ban RSS, and obviously Bharatiya Janata Party they were angry in Congress. But here the fundamental question that comes here is that recently 272 or some number of eminence they wrote a letter condemning ban of RSS in USA. Actually, America did not ban. That's just a recommendation. That recommendation will be done every year. Every year, that recommendation will be done. Not only India. They reported even Pakistan, Bangladesh. They reported all the countries wherever the atrocities are there against minorities and all. So they reported everywhere. So this time they mentioned India and specifically they wrote about RSS to be banned in America. They recommended, but America did not do that. So since America did not do that, it was not official. But still, the Eminence wrote a letter, public letter. If American institution, if American institution recommends American government, our Indian Eminence writing a open letter to Indians, why? They're supposed to write to America, to Trump, right? They're supposed to write open letter to Americans, right? Why they're writing to Indians? Because elections are coming, so you want to tell the people that America is doing something. What is the need of Eminence writing open letter to Indians when American institution recommends to their Americans to ban in America, not in India? But they're writing open letter here. But I am asking you the same Eminence, why they never wrote a open letter on Uttar Pradesh government where 15,130 highest in India atrocities and Dalits. Latest 2023 NCRB data. Latest 2023 NCRB data. Uttar Pradesh was recorded highest. 26% of the atrocities and Dalits are happening in Uttar Pradesh, 15,130. Why these eminence? They never wrote a public letter, open letter to Uttar Pradesh people. These eminence, why they did not write to Rajasthan people, where this is the second highest, 8,449 atrocities and Dalits. Same Madhya Pradesh, third highest, 8,232 atrocities and Dalits according to NCRB data, 2023. Bihar, fourth highest, 7,064. So all these top four, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, are run by Bharatiya Janata Party. There, the highest attacks and Dalits are recorded according to NCRB data. You can go inside the NCRB website and you can check. Here, question is that why these eminence they never condemned it? They never condemned attacks on Dalits. These eminence they always write whenever problem comes to dominant society. They'll write. They immediately they jump. Immediately they write letters. Why there are no eminence for Dalits? Why no eminence wrote in defense of Dalits? That I don't know. Lower communities. So that's why there will be no heroes and no defenders for lower communities. That's why Andhra Pradesh, run by same NDA, 2,500 plus were recorded. Maharashtra, NDA, significantly 4,000 plus were recorded. But you just imagine there are three states, lowest is West Bengal. According to NCRB data, the lowest is West Bengal. Extremely low, just 1 or 2 cases were recorded, attacks on Dalits, where a non-BJP is ruling there, like there is Mamata Banerjee. 1 or 2 cases in West Bengal. Where Punjab, second lowest, where Aam Aadmi Party is ruling, previous government is Congress government. Tamil Nadu, just 1000 plus recorded. That's where DMK is ruling. So, what do we understand? Wherever the Bharatiya Janata Party is ruling, why the attacks on SCST or Dalits are being recorded more comparatively with, India bloc ruling states, then why these eminents, they never wrote top four states dominate UP, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar. 65 to 70% of all cases surrounded in those four states where BJP is ruling there. Of course, high population, but Tamil Nadu also high population, and even West Bengal is also high population. They are not very, this one. Wherever the high population is there, that higher reporting will be there definitely. But even these two states are not so bad. Tamil Nadu and West Bengal are also bigger states. Here, Madhya Pradesh is 72.5% high, Rajasthan is 69.1%, and Bihar 42.6%. According to the population, then why West Bengal is just one or two cases where only, even West Bengal also good, significant population strength is there in West Bengal. So, why these eminents, they never discussed, they never wrote a open letter on this, the attacks on Dalits. That's my concern about this. Who are these eminents actually? I'm very curious to know the castes of these eminents who are writing these letters. Which caste they belong to? Are there any Dalits among these? I just wanted to know. Because why they never wrote it. 2023 latest widely reported data, 31.9% of attacks are physical attacks. Directly hurt, they hurt Dalits. 7 to 8% of criminal intimidation. 7.5% under SC/ST cases were recorded, only under 7.5%. Latest 2023. 2022 official NCRB report, it's a 51,656 cases of atrocities against Dalits took place. Again, the highest is in Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. These are three states where they're attacking Dalits more. 2021-20 trend has 50,000 plus annual cases. Why these eminents, they never wrote a public letter, open letter criticizing these governments to attack for attacking Dalits? 2006 to 2016, 10 years data, if you see, 4.22 lakh, 4,22,799 cases against Dalits. But if you look at 750 crimes increased by 746% rise over decades. 746% means 8 times increased. Comparatively with the previous regime, 8 times increased the attacks on Dalits. One crime every 8 minutes, 27 atrocities per day, 13 Dalits murdered every week. Every week 13 Dalits were murdered. Why these eminents, they never wrote a letter condemning attack on Dalits? Why conviction rate is just 36% of SC/ST cases? They file SC/ST cases, out of 100, 36% is conviction rate. That means 74 people are escaped from SC/ST cases without being punished. Why pending cases, 96% of SC/ST cases are pending during trial? Most victims, they don't get justice. Recent 2025-2026 indicators, they say that just a partial tracking, 113 caste atrocity incidents recorded January to June, simple, just for sample data. Government relief data 2024-25, 99% of victims received relief report. Large number of victims officially recognized. But if you look at this maximum nature of atrocities, physical assault, land disputes and social boycotts, sexual violence, caste abuse and humiliation, murders and honor-based crimes. What do we my concern is that why these eminents they never wrote an open letter to these governments condemning attacks on Dalits. They wrote open letter, and when Rahul Gandhi, he released of some vochori something. When he released giving a presentation, they wrote an open letter defending election commission. They wrote an open letter defending judges. They wrote open letter now defending RSS. They wrote open letter for many things, but why they never wrote an open letter to for these lower communities? Because who are these judges and who are these eminence and why they could not be able to do it? Just I wanted to know. So I'm curious about why they avoid Dalit issues to write an open letter. Minorities. Recent 2025, multiple states were recorded attacks on Christians during Christmas, church vandalism, disruption of prayer meetings, mob attacks during Christmas celebrations. Why these eminence they did not write letter, open letter, condemning church attacks, disruption of prayer meetings, mob attacks on Christmas. In Odisha, January 2026, a pastor was beaten during a prayer meeting. Mob accused him of religious conversion. Forced humiliation reported. Why this eminence they did not write letter defending pastor? Rising pattern of violence. If you look at 834 incidents against Christians recorded in 2024, 700 plus incidents already reported in 2025. What it indicates in consistent upward trend on Christian minorities, attacks in Christian minorities, attacks linked to fringe groups, the cases of like assault on nuns, harassment during prayer meetings, disruption of gatherings, these kind of were incidents reported. These eminence, why they did not write letter? There are many anti-conversion laws. Recently, Maharashtra anti-conversion law, anti-new conversion laws. They're targeting pastors. They target pastors. Anti-conversion law is not for targeting Muslims. They're targeting Christians. They're criminalizing the religious activity. Criminalizing. They're telling we'll put you in jail. They say the forceful conversion. What is forceful conversion? Force is a force. Rising hate speech and targeting. 1,318 hate speech incidents recorded in 2025, 13% from the previous year, increase from the previous year. During political rallies, religious processions, and there were 1,318 hate speeches were recorded by recently reports. But these eminence, why they did not write? Violence and property demolitions, reporting of mob violence, bulldozer demolitions targeting Muslim homes, collective punishment practices, recent local tension. If you look at Delhi, March 2026, fear of communal violence ahead of youth took place, targeted by killing during inter-community clash, hate speech targeting Muslims, shops shutting down, people fleeing. Communal clashes, Ahmedabad 2026, religious celebration turned violent. People attacked with weapons, pipes, knives. So, if you look at the broader trend in India, mob violence linked to religious activity increased, hate speech rising sharply, religious gatherings being targeted, conversion related accusations triggering violence. International bodies, that's why international bodies like USCF, HRM, these people many times they warned escalating attacks on minorities, weak accountability in some cases. Major recent global attacks. If you look at recent global attacks, okay, let's not talk about global attacks like where many places there were some global attacks took place. That's not our concern. Of course, on humanitarian grounds, that is also our concern. Even if any attacks happens in the abroad, that is also our concern because they're also based on human beings. We are all human beings, right? So that's only my concern is that why these eminence will never write open letters to defending Dalits and Adivasis and Christians and Muslims minorities. They always defending on the dominant society. That's my concern here. That's the doubt I got after seeing this open letter written by 272 people defending uh, some their organization. Okay. Thank you. Namaskar.